Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Friday and welcome back. The Kiki bar is open.
It is open. We are back. It's Friday, and we've had quite the week.
I was going to
Quite
ask
the
you
week.
about your week, Jason, because you and Adam have been so
Holy,
busy.
holy, that's all I have to say. Okay, because we finished our WeeKiki last Friday because we
Yeah.
we alternate channels every week. So every Friday you can come to Up and Adam Live 2 or over to Femtero, and this is where we do our WeeKiki and open the bar up. And after this week, I might go to a bar tonight just to just to take one off. We finished our WeeKiki. We had heard whisperings and rumblings of this whole scandal that everyone's talking about. We had heard about this for like a day or two, and then something broke, and Adam's like, we decided to put our phones down for the weekend, right? And just like chill out,
I
go
know. That's what
spend
you
time in
told
the
me.
sun. And then I was like, you got to get on this. We have to get on this right now. We had people, I was talking to people from the show, and, because we used to work with all of them, and we still have friendships and relationships with pretty much most of them. So I'm trying to get the information. And then also, we're trying to be careful of like what we do say and like what we put out there, right? Because sometimes they'll, like it's funny because some of our friends are hesitant to tell us some things now because of
What
what
you
Adam
do.
does. Exactly. So
Exactly.
that's so
And I
funny.
was going to ask you, Jason, I don't know if anyone's because you worked with them. So you know Sandoval. I
Of
mean,
course.
Raquel, I think she came after you guys left, right?
She would
So,
no, she was around. She was
oh,
around, but
okay.
yeah, because she met James at Pump where I worked. And
True.
um yeah, no, I opened Tom Tom. So I was there for that and that whole thing. It's just so strange to see because I've always thought that Tom was a little narcissistic, just a little bit, like it's that reality TV thing. You have so much going for you, right? You have your own restaurant, you're on a show. Now you have this cover band, so the head just like I can do anything.
Yep.
But then when the pandemic hit last or whenever it did, what 2-3 years ago at this point,
Look.
uh, um, it feels like a decade ago. We've been sitting here in our rooms for a decade. When it hit, people were struggling to like, what are we going to do before the government got their stuff together and started putting checks out, right? Tom and Tom actually started like a cameo thing and raised a lot of money,
Mm,
and everybody who worked for them at Tom Tom got money. The chefs, the back of house, the servers, bartenders, managers, everything. And I was like, wow, I'm so wrong about these guys. I'm so wrong about them, only to be proven right.
there you go. And
So,
so, question to you, and I know you can't say much, so I totally respect that. But were you shocked about the breaking news between Scandal and Rachel?
they're calling her now what, Ratchet Rachel and Tom Scumdevall or something like that.
I know it's
I
just
mean, that's even better than Horrible and Manky is what they're calling. Wait, right? Isn't that what Harry and Meghan are being called? But
yeah.
you know, it I was shocked actually because I didn't see that coming. Like Tom and Ariana, they were at my birthday like 2 3 well whatever before the pandemic was 3 years
Mhm.
ago. And them together, they have great energy. So it
Yeah.
Raquel came out of left field. She came out of left field. It's like, where did you come from? But I was just recapping with another one of our friends, Vanderpump Rules, before this news broke the day before. And I was saying, or she was saying, like, Raquel has done this like 180. She's not this like cute, innocent, Bambi eyed girl that we've seen. She's now taking
Mhm.
shots behind the bar. She's like making out with what we thought was Tom Schwartz and Oliver and stuff like that. And she's really had a character change. And now we know why. Now we know why.
Now we know why. Now, Ariana, though, I have to say that she was the most likable out of like the most like the cast as it is now. She is the most likable. She's the most down to earth. And I do feel that Ariana did play a role of centering, grounding Sandoval, being a little bit like a mom, sort of guiding him. And
Yeah.
we
Oh
know
yeah.
how this from experience, we all know that this works in the beginning with couples when one takes the role of a parent or someone takes the role of like sister. Yeah, but after a while, but you guys is different, because you complement each other. It's not like, it's like you really have a balance between you two, you and Adam. It's not the same. You could tell between Ariana and Sandoval, but there was no balance there. That there was Ariana and then there was Sandoval because everything had to revolve around Sandoval, and we all know
Hmm.
this whole
And you know what?
toxic.
That's a hard road to take too. Like especially when they're both on the show. She dims her light so he can shine more for sure. And
Yes.
that's something that it's like something with age and time. Like when I used to perform, I was the front and center, and I knew that I had all the light. But then when Adam started YouTube and whatever, I can dim my light when necessary. You know what I mean? Like you can balance
Yes,
each other, you
exactly.
know?
And you center each other because, yeah, maybe you take on more of that role with Adam, but of course he's also younger. Let's not forget. And age just always factors in, you guys. It does
Yeah.
factor in because Jason has a few more years of experience, life experience. So he's able to foresee things that maybe Adam doesn't. And this just applies for everyone. Includes my marriage. My husband's 5 years older than me. So he's more experienced than I am because he's lived 5 more years of life experience than I have. But the thing about you guys is that you do balance each other out and you do center each other out. Yes, sometimes you take on that role more than Adam does, but he does it too. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
does it
No,
too.
absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's when you find that which is hard to
Mm.
find, it's like you have to hold on to that, you know what I mean? You
You
have to
have
hold on
to,
to that.
I agree. And you guys, like, especially like you I've been saying that. Like, if you were straight, Jason, I would marry you because the way you support, I do. I'm putting it out there. If you ever, if you ever, no, I wouldn't do that to Adam. But I'm no Raquel. But I'm just saying. But no, but the way that you protect and you always have your partner's back.
Mhm.
To me, it's just I have so much
We
respect for you because of that. Not everyone's like that though, because everyone is led by ego, right? And sometimes relationships can be antagonistic. Sometimes the
Yes.
com- you know competition can factor in and create all sorts of drama between couples. But with you guys, it's never like that because I feel, and I don't know why we're talking about you and Adam right now, but I mean,
Well, I have somewhere else to yeah, no, I can talk about this all day.
and I'm sure people would love to know because you guys know how much people love it and love, especially, and I'm just all over the place. Okay, I have to put my thoughts, especially when you guys have been through a couple of times where there has been drama and you or Adam was involved in this drama in the past. We're not gonna get into that, but the way you just had Adam's back, so many people came out and just said, and they could see that this relationship that you guys have is so genuine and so authentic because of the way that you guys are with each other. You're out
Yeah.
in the public eye, but you're still private with your life.
Ye
So
no, absolutely, like, no one really knows a lot of things, but even just recently, we had, some people, um, kind of attack us in a sense of, calling us like our marriage was fake, and we're only getting married
yes,
for
I
tax
know.
reason and stuff like
I
that,
know.
and I'm just like,
I know.
who sticks around for a decade? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, the proof is in the pudding, and I always say that, so that's just what it is.
Exactly, and
That's
you
just
can
what it is.
see it practically how you're so bonded and you're so for each other, which is going back to Ariana and Sandoval because that's how it all started. You didn't see that. You couldn't see that with them.
No,
You
I
could see that
really thought
Ariana had his back, but he was not there.
yeah, and I really thought too, like you said, um, I thought that they were the ones who were gonna be there the longest, when you go back and you look at previous seasons and you look early on when Tom and Kristen were together, you could tell they were not a match, right? Like they're
Yes.
they're a lot, and they were young, right? So because everyone right now is kind of saying, well, didn't Ariana get Tom the same way that like weren't they cheating too? I don't think there's ever been any proof that they actually did anything, but there was always a connection there for sure. But
Mhm.
um you could just tell like Kristen wasn't the right one. You could tell Ariana and Tom that energy really worked. So it's been so long and they've grown and they've evolved. You can't hold people to their past. I mean, some you can, but
Yeah.
I was just watching it was Watch What Happens Live with Andy and Lisa, and
Mhm.
she was like, we have to let people grow and evolve. I mean, this is a really shady mistake though. 7, 8 months coming out, it could have been longer than 8 or 9 months. Like
I said
this
it. I said
is
it. I did a reading on Sunday. Sorry for
yes.
interrupting. I can tell you from what I saw and what I read, timeline is off on purpose. They were at it for way longer. And this was, they wanted to get caught, my
Oh,
opinion, because they were leaving little hints and bits and pieces here and there. Tom wanted Ariana to confront him and ask him, you don't keep, like, you don't save a sexy video to say it lightly on your phone if you're in a
yeah.
relationship and you're cheating, regardless if she checks your phone or not. You just don't risk it. So in my opinion, he wanted to get caught. He wanted out. I even think this affair with Raquel was him wanting out of the relationship with Ariana without, I don't know what he was thinking. He wasn't thinking obviously with his top head, but yeah, I just think that it was, he wanted it out there. And in his own narcissistic mind, he thinks that this might, that this might end up being good for him in a year or two. Like he'll be back, because everyone's going to be talking about him. He might have his own spin-off.
No
That's what I think.
spinoff. No spin.
No,
There
yeah.
was two spinoffs in the works and one was confirmed, right? You had the what Vanderpump Valley or Valley something
Right,
Vanderpump with
right.
the month that was a thing that they were actually starting to shoot. Okay. And
Oh,
then Schwartz and Sandy's, they were casting for their own spinoff at that restaurant. So some of our friends chose to go work with them and were in that casting process. Both of those got quickly, nixed
mhm.
because of before the Tom and Raquel stuff, but because of the production value, the changes like Vanderpump Rules before this, you know, kind of transpired. Well, not
Yeah.
transpired, but before it blew up in our faces, it's still good. Like, you're coming to season 10. We don't know about Tom and Raquel yet. The show is good, and they
Well,
wanted to
yeah.
put focus on the show. And you could see the change and you could see like the effort production's putting in and the cast is putting in. But now all of the sudden it's yeah, no spinoffs. No, so let's keep it all right there on that one show.
I agree. And before we go on, Michelle, thank you for becoming a member. Yay!
Yay! Hi,
Yay!
Michelle,
Hi, Michelle, and welcome to the family. And welcome to the Kiki Bar.
and welcome to the
Um,
Kiki Bar.
yeah, well, we'll see what happens with Sandoval and Raquel. One thing that I'm hoping, and I don't know, it's probably an unpopular opinion, but because there's rumors out there that Kristen is coming back, they might bring
She's already been filming, Kristen.
she's already been
So I
filming.
don't know how if that goes well, I could see her coming back. Stassi is definitely not coming back.
I know,
She
I
just
know.
announced a tour today. So she's going to be
Mhm,
going on tour. She's pregnant with her second
I
kid,
know.
who's going to be a boy apparently. So she'll have a girl and a boy. But
Nice.
nice little mix up, I think. I think Vanderpump Rules right now, Tom, I say this all the time, that Tom and Raquel have single-handedly given us at least 3 more seasons.
I agree. And if they bring back Jax, I do, unpopular opinion, want Jax and Brittany back. I do. I'm sorry.
You
Not
know,
because I like him, but I love what he does.
It's TV, and if they can get there, he was slated to do something on Watch What Happens Live, and I believe that did not happen this week. And everyone thought he would either pop in or call in when Lisa was on Wednesday night. and that
Are
didn't
they on
happen.
speaking terms though? Because you remember, like, he left Vanderpump Rules when he threw that last tantrum that he did. But are they now in good terms? Do you know with Lisa?
So without giving too much, like when the cast isn't filming, they really don't have a lot of communication with
Mm,
Lisa.
right,
She's a producer, and
sure.
they've all worked. We've all worked for her. They've all worked for her, but she's not sitting on the phone with them all the time. There's not there
Mhm.
that connection is not that close, and she's busy. She's busy.
She's a busy woman. I love
Yes.
LVP. I want her back on our screens, like on our screens as a housewife, or I know that creates some kind of. I don't care. I do think that Beverly Hills needs her though this
Me too.
season.
And just to see her on Watch What Happens Live, I was like, "Oh, we miss you." Because
Yes.
when you're on Vanderpump Rules, you're the mom, you're the matriarch, you're the leader, you're the mob boss. But
Yep.
on on Beverly Hills, we get to get in your business, and that's fun. But just watching her banter with Andy, I was like, I could listen to this for like at least another hour.
And do you notice how Andy with her, he pulls back? Like, Andy, he's shady, Andy, shady
Yes.
daddy Andy. And we know that Lisa has a good comeback. And do you see how he like always reels it in? Like when she's like, he's got immense respect for her. You can tell. Like he wants her
Yes.
back for sure.
Yes. I mean, listen, uh, Adam tried to get the answer out of her when he was there for the
Mm,
Vanderpump Rules premiere. Andy, we can't get an answer, and who knows? It's still very very early in filming. She could pop back. Like, there's got to be a reason that Garcelle and her have solidified this relationship. So Garcelle actually met Lisa at an event that was done for Haiti by our friend Richardson. So
mhm.
Richardson has been featured on Vanderpump Rules a little bit in the past, but he was the one who threw the event. He knows Garcelle. Garcelle came, and that's where Lisa and Garcelle met. Then you have this friendship that developed and that's blossomed. We're going to see Garcelle on Vanderpump Rules at some point. They filmed at Pump. Is this kind of like a reintroduction? Like, everyone would love to believe it, but I just don't see her going back. I really don't.
I know, and she said it out loud on Watch What Happens Live. She said, unless I mean Rena is out, unless Kyle and who was the other one she didn't like?
Probably Dorit. I would just assume.
Dorit, probably because Dorit is like yeah, and she said she's not coming back if those are back. But I've said it. I do feel that Kyle will be leaving Housewives, or at least will
You
be
have told me
involved.
that before.
Yes, yes, I still feel it. It's gonna happen.
That would be interesting because she's been there since the beginning, It's
I know, but maybe sometimes, they might need a break. Like Dorinda, she needed a little break from Roni, and now she's back on the girls' trip,
yep.
hopefully, But we'll see. We'll see. So we'll see what's happening in the Bravo world. But right now it's exciting. We needed that. Because everything was getting so dark in the Bravo world. We needed a little bit of
So
light.
much. And it's like, like I understand how people are going in like right now on Tom and Raquel, and it's like fun for everyone, right? They have a new thing to do. But it's like they didn't like scam people and they didn't steal
Mhm.
from people, like this is Vanderpump Rules. This is the show. This
Right.
is great. They're just giving us reality TV gold. That's all they're giving. I feel sorry for people who are involved. I feel sorry
Mhm.
for Ariana's feelings. I feel sorry that people are how hard they bash, like let's say Raquel, but at the same time, the stuff you're putting out, like this photo that's very debatable with the black eye that came out. Her friend came out on Instagram and said those photos were before Watch What Happens Live, where you
Yeah.
said Sheena did something to you after. We've spoken to Sheena, and we, without saying anything, she's going to let that play out and she's going to be the one to say it. But I don't think that happened.
No, they're not. I think they're just like, they're just throwing things here and there just to confuse people. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
they're gonna drag it on for as much as they can. and that's fine. But it's exhausting for you guys because you're reporting on it every 2 hours is a new post, a new apology, a new photo, a new blind. It's crazy.
We last night, Adam and I went on date night, and we went to
Oh,
this really it's just this like the hidden restaurant. Like you can't really see in there, and it's just in this shopping plaza, but it's like behind, and they have a really good chef and really, really like fresh seafood. And so we went and we sat there and we started to have a date night, and then we picked up our phones, and our phones are going ding, 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 and it's just crazy. So we're redoing that tonight. So I can't wait, and we are
oh, nice,
putting
you
our
guys.
phones down. But I have a feeling we're gonna still find out a lot more. I'm happy
Yes.
that they picked up the cameras right away and continued filming for this season so that they can let that play out now. And then they are moving the reunion up
Oh, are
sooner
they? Okay.
because they want those fresh reactions, those emotions, those what everyone's feeling now. Because if you let everything settle and then come back again, you're not going to get that genuine kind of
True.
reaction and emotion, right?
True. Very true.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
it's
exciting.
crazy.
I'm more excited about the VPR reunion than I am about the Miami. And Miami is my favorite Housewives at the moment.
Me too.
Love, love, love. I'm going to get withdrawal symptoms once it's over because I
Who's your favorite on that show?
good question. Good question.
Because like during I was just talking about this on
Hmm.
on our recap with Adam. I was talking to him and I was like, I used to be very like an Alexia fan and Marisol because I love
Same.
their friendship. I love everything like that. But this reunion kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Alexia seems very defensive and they're using this term all the time, bro. They're like, "Yo, look, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
bro." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
What's going on?" So
Yeah, and I love how Larsa and some of them go a bit ghetto when they get annoyed. Like they go full on. That's what I like
I,
about
I like to see Larsa kind of like in it, but she just like
them. Same.
kind of goes after people a lot for no reason, right? But I really love if I had to choose like my
Yeah,
two
me too.
favorites, it would be Gertie. I really love her
Pretty.
life and her lifestyle, and I think it's kind of like a little what's the word that people love to throw around? Biased, right? I have no reason to be biased, but when we were at BravoCon and I was setting up Caroline's booth, right
Mhm.
next to us was Gertie, and she was setting up her booth with her
Pretty.
team. And she flew in to set up the booth on Thursday. And then Friday, she did morning press. She flew out um, for that night to do a wedding, flew back Saturday, okay, came to
Wow.
do another wedding in the Hamptons, and then on Sunday she had to be back and do more press, and she didn't miss a beat. And her team
Wow.
is very organized. Like they were there with like a booth for her, but they weren't really selling it. They were like working. And I was like,
Oh,
I kind
okay.
of love this hustle that Gertie has going. And I kind of admire Nicole. She's like, I'm a doctor. Yes, we have money. We're wealthy. We make great decisions. And we flip houses, we make money. I have a plane, my husband flies the plane, we have a yacht, the yacht comes with
Mhm.
a captain. I'm not mad at Dr. Nicole. I think a lot of other ladies on the cast are maybe a little envious.
Maybe. Yeah, seems so. But I totally am with you, Gertie and Nicole for me as well. If you would have asked me last year or 10 years ago,
Yeah,
I would have said Alexia. I would have said Joanna, maybe back then.
yeah,
Remember
back then
Joanna
I loved.
Krupa? I love because she's so beautiful as well. Like she's stunning to look at. But like she was shady, but not in your face, Joanna. So I would say those were my favorite, but
I
now
loved her
definitely Gertie.
interaction though too, like, when Joanna was back on the show, like, I loved her interaction with the lady. Like, she was generationally, she was different, she was a lot younger, right? And she had things going on and she lived in a condo,
Mhm.
and it was just she was relatable and fun, and yeah.
Look who's in the house.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. Good. Camp, we were talking about you before because we were doing some planning. but we'll talk about this
Yes.
off air. What did I miss? Well, we've been discussing about Sandoval and Raquel a
We
little
haven't
bit.
talked about one thing we planned on talking about. We
Go
talked
on, you
about
do.
Scandal. We've been talking about Miami for, you know,
Mm-hmm. What was it you wanted to talk about?
hmm, who, me?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm lost in translation. It's one of those days. It's Friday. It's
Well, before
Friday.
we got on today, we were sitting on camera, and I think we both like phased out at different times. We were like, I'm so tired. I've been Scandaled, like literally that tired. That
Oh my
tired.
lord. Yeah. We all feel it. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday, and it's been a week for all of you. I'm sure Campfire is exhausted too, reporting
Yes.
on all the drama and everything that's been going on. Let's hope there's no more drama anywhere else because you guys are gonna
Ha!
be out of it by
Ha
the end.
ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Bravo seems to be the gift that keeps giving.
yes, just as we were all whinging and complaining about Bravo and about the shows and what direction it's all, taking. Now we love Bravo. We love Andy. We love this. We love that. It's fine. That's why we love.
Wait, I have a quick question because have you
Oh,
heard about all of the other it's so funny because we're sitting here, we have a whole show plan that we're going to talk about some things and then we get lost in this. This is WeeKiki,
yes.
guys. Like this is what
So
happens.
get used to it, guys.
Yeah,
It's
sorry. We'll just
happening.
take you on a little trip. But you've heard about the Summer House kind of like drama, right? And
Oh
the
yeah.
Southern Charm drama, like
What
with
Southern Charm?
Austin, I guess apparently slept with Shep's ex, Taylor.
I
Um,
well, I'm
we're
glad you brought it up. Sorry,
okay.
Jason. Let me get excited
No, no,
because
go ahead, go ahead.
that's why you guys, Jason, I do this with Campfire a lot of times. Like I send him voice memos of like visions or stuff that I get through when I watch shows. I've got to do it with you too. You're going to
Yes.
both. I'm going to open a group where you guys are going to be, because one, I don't remember if I shared this with Cam, but I did say a few months ago, I had a vision that Austin and her, listen up, are going to get married.
What Taylor?
With Taylor, yeah, with
I would
Shep's ex.
I listen, can I tell you the chemistry they had at the reunion
Yes.
was there. Like, and I was kind of rooting for that. I'm like, this would be great because Taylor and Austin seem to have a little more of a connection than Shep. Shep has a connection with nobody. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? So
I
I wouldn't mind
agree.
seeing that. Yeah.
I
And then
wouldn't
you
mind.
heard
You
about
know
Summer
what?
House too,
Of
with what's his
course, I love
name?
Summer.
With the mullet right now. Is it Kevin? Am I making
Kyle.
Kyle?
Yes.
This is how much I watch Summer House and what I prefer Winter House, but Summer House I'm just whatever.
I'm
Um,
laughing because Empire, I keep telling him, are you watching Summer House? Are you watching Summer House? And he's
Kempire,
like,
I have tried so hard to get into Summer House. You're gonna have a better time and easier time getting into Vanderpump Rules, and you don't need to go too far back. Like, listen, if you want to watch like the old days of Vanderpump Rules, they were very young. They're very different. Right now, we need to focus on where they are right now. So I think if you watch maybe like what was it? When did it start getting bad? 8 and 9, seasons 8 and 9. Meh. But like
mm,
if you know the players now and you're in the show, you can find everything else you need. Like I wouldn't waste your time watching every season, to be honest.
no. I wouldn't either.
No.
I love Heather's comment. Shep has a connection with paper.
Tell you what he has a connection with, but I can't do that on here.
Yeah. Oh, I think we all get it. We all get what he has a connection with, Shep. And Light Mission saying your skin is glowing. You're getting that a
Ugh.
lot today.
Can I you know what? Thank you everyone for saying that to me because I'm beyond tired. I think I slept 4 hours last night, 4 hours the
Mhm.
night before, and when your mind just keeps going and you want to get things done and accomplished and all of this drama happening, like I just feel so tired. But
Yeah.
I love the compliments. Thank you. Thank
Those are
you.
good. And regarding Shep, I just want to, not Shep, Austin and Taylor. I've got to say
Austin
why.
and Taylor.
I feel they're going to get married. Why? She brings out the soft side of Austin. She brings out that nurturing side and soft side of Austin. I've never seen that with any other woman. Like not even with what was her name? The Jessica Simpson look like. Oh,
Who?
oh my
Austin's?
god. Austin's ex, yeah.
Um, oh, why? Olivia?
Not Olivia, the
No.
one before, the one that had the affair with the A-Rod.
Oh, Madison.
Madison,
I
thank you. I
heard
don't know
she's
why.
coming back full time and her new husband might be joining in as well.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a
Well,
big fan, but yeah.
what's
What?
um what's her name got kicked off the show? Fired.
From
Redhead.
Summer
Catherine.
oh, Catherine. Yeah,
So I feel
Catherine.
like they need to fill a void.
But who can fill that void? Catherine was good TV. Like, she was
She was, and
unhinged,
she
she
was
was
so
good TV.
ridiculous. She was so ridiculous. Didn't you feel like every time that you were watching her on the screen, you're like, "You're ridiculous."
I know, but that's why I loved watching her. But last season it was terrible because she wasn't even she didn't want to be there. She just didn't want to be there. She didn't want to film. She missed out most of the scenes. And yeah, and I don't know. It's
I
just
don't know
yeah.
if Kempire is still in the chat or not, but when we were at BravoCon, he he's so funny because he's like, "I don't know who they are." You know, like, but I was so shocked at how, like the when you see people on TV and then you see them in person, they're, like, short or, like
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
And a lot of people, I think, thought Adam was short, but he's very tall, and Kempire's tall as well. But these Southern Charm people are all very tall. Like, Austin is,
Yeah,
like
you can
I think he
tell.
can hit the ceiling of where I'm sitting in right now. Like, he's very tall. Shep is very tall. Craig is very tall, and so are the ladies.
Oh,
It's
the ladies too,
yeah.
huh?
Then you see,
You could
like,
tell Catherine was tall.
little Kyle Richards and Tamra Judge running around. They're short. They're
The housewives are quite petite. They're quite small.
they're very small. Yes. Yes.
Empire loves the tall compliment.
Well, I
How
mean,
tall
listen,
are
I'm
you?
5'10". Adam is 6 feet. I thought you were Adam's height. Maybe I'm totally
I'm
mistaken, but
5'11".
I feel like you're tall.
I'm a
You're
5'11".
5'11"?
I'm 5'11". I'm tall. I'm
You're
tall.
taller than me?
Yes, I used to play basketball
What
a
the
lot.
hell? Really?
I know there's a lot of guys you don't know about me. I've had a very, very full life up until now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because of my height, a big basketball team approached my mom when I was 15, and they're like, "We want her. She's good. She's just perfect for it." But my mom said no because that means that would have because they wanted me to train like 2 to 3 hours a day. It means you only get one day off, and my mom just she didn't want me to because she wanted me to focus on in school, to just do
Academics.
better at school. And I agree with her. I mean, I wasn't going to commit 3 hours a day of training. I wasn't because I'm a tiny bit lazy when it comes to sports. I'm not sporty, but I used to be. But yeah, I digress. But yeah, I'm tall too. So how tall are you, Kemp? Are you tall? You said you're 5'10", so I'm slightly
Yeah,
taller
yeah.
than you.
Yes.
Oh, Gabby's like,
So
Natalie, you can be a model. I did some modeling when I was younger. That's all I'm gonna say. Not my proudest moment, but I
I'm
did.
like,
Not that I
we're
have
sitting
anything
here, like,
against it.
waiting in oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, okay. You come off taller.
Oh, so you're the same size, the same height. So I'm the size. We haven't been drinking, guys. I promise.
Not yet. I can't wait.
It's just this whole weekly energy that's been going on. I think we're all sort of drunk from the Vanderpump energy that's been going
Yes, like, we're gonna have this Raquel hangover for a minute.
on. Not size. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I'm at height.
oh, Lord. I'm a mess.
Oh
We're
Lord,
all
what a
messes
mess this
today.
is gonna be in June, July. It's gonna be a mess.
It's gonna be a mess.
We'll have to take a
Maybe
photo
just for
with all
us,
of us.
though. I think we will be
Yeah,
a
obviously,
mess.
we're not gonna embarrass ourselves in front of the world, obviously. But we should take a photo of us four sitting on, in a line with our height. So people could just put us because it's true. People always like see us from the waist up, not even the waist up, the chest up.
Yeah.
And it's very deceiving. You can't tell if someone's like, tall, short, athletic, not athletic, chubbier, whatever. It's not important. I'm just saying. It's funny
Yeah,
that we're
you just
having
don't
this
know. It's the
conversation.
difference of, like, it's this is why I kind of loved BravoCon too. It was like it was really fun. We always talk about it. Um, some heels. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it's interesting meeting people in person. I like meeting people in person. You know, there's a lot of content creators that uh, we've met in person that
Yeah.
are nothing like they are online. But I have to say, with like Kempire, Emily D. Baker, it's like the same person. It's the same person. You know what I mean? And that's
Mm.
that's very, very, you know, nice. So
That's very, yeah, you can,
that
I
means you
think
when you're watching their channels, you're getting like the authenticity that you know.
that's why they're so popular and their channels grow so fast because people can read like it's all about energy. You can read even through a screen. You can tell if someone's authentic, not authentic. Sometimes even I make mistakes. Like I can sort of trust or, come closer to someone because you want to make this work because you like them and you want to make this work, but it's not always the case. It
That's
can
true.
be that, if they're not authentic, at some point you're going to see right through it.
Yeah.
So who says who's Taurus is? Oh, with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a Taurus.
Is he?
That makes sense. I think. Weird. Like I don't know. With Tom Cruise, he's so hard to read. Let me just say, he's very close off. A lot of celebrities, A-list, do that. Jason, what they do is like they protect their energy. That's why sometimes on Google their dates of birth might be like wrong or their time of birth might be wrong on purpose. They do sort of like rituals to protect their energy.
And
Um
I guess with like the Scientology thing of it all, the rituals might be a
mm,
little different. So you might you
yeah,
might have a
not
lot of barriers to to go through.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, me and
Unlimited
Emily, not Tom
ending.
Cruise. Everything is lost in translation today.
This show today is just a mess, guys,
It's a
but
mess.
enjoy it.
Hey, last week's was a mess too. That's what makes it so great, I think.
I agree. I agree. People still want to. I don't know, you guys. Do you still want us to talk about the Oscars? I mean, we've got lots of, or
Oh
Chris
my,
Rock.
you know what? So last night, just
Okay.
brief story. Adam went to bed very early. So we were laying in bed probably like 8:45 and he like passed out by like I think before 9. I was like, "Oh, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm gonna lay down." I'm like, "It is 9 o'clock and I'm a night owl." So when I see a single digit at night, I'm like, I need to stay up a little, just a little later, until we get to the other single digits, the 1, the 2, the 3 in the morning.
I know.
That's where I live. So um I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs and you and I are Trekkies, so I love Star Trek. And right now, Picard is on Paramount.
Mhm, mhm.
It is so good. Oh my goodness.
I've got
It's
to
like
try that.
they took, and I don't want to bore people with this conversation, but they took like the next generation and they futurized it and made this. It's so needed.
Ooh.
It's a completion to a very big story, so that's kind of cool. But I watched the Chris Rock Netflix special, his stand-up
Mhm.
special, and I was through your recommendation, by the way, and I was very, very, very impressed.
Um,
Um,
I
I
agree. He was
but
like the special, what I liked about it, like he went there, like he talked about things like abortion, for instance, which is a sensitive topic. And
very
other
yes,
stand-up comedians have, they have covered abortion. But I love what he does. And let me preface by saying I'm not normally like a big Chris Rock fan when it comes to stand-up. I'm very peculiar when it comes to stand-up. I love stand-up. But there's certain ones that I love and other ones that I still watch them. I have to say, I liked what he's special because he did sort of shade as well. Harry and Meghan, the Kardashians. I mean, he did like a lot. And then he talked about abortion, talked about women, about him being single and whatnot. But I love that he went to the edge, but he didn't become edgy to the point where people would feel offended by what he's saying or they wouldn't find funny what he's saying. I love the fact that he just dropped little mini bombs
You
And
know,
then with a good argument. Do you know what, does that make sense what I'm trying
oh,
to
no,
say?
100%, 'cause you told me after watching it, you said he was very bold, and that word stuck out to me because 'cause I'm thinking like, he was bold in the statements
Mhm.
he was making, but he was what he was doing, or I felt he was doing anyway, and this is why comedy is so important, right? It makes you
Mhm.
really think about another side of things, like maybe the other person's side. Is he showcased I mean, as a country where we live right now, everything is so divisive, and
Yeah.
it's just such a I think it's such a terrible place. And he's just showing literally two sides of everything and making it funny and putting it into kind of a way that people can understand it,
Yeah.
and understand the other side. And when you have laughter and you can laugh at things instead of really, really, what he said about Megan too. Sometimes you just have in-law shit. It doesn't. It's like it
But
just.
he said it in a way, and because he's also, Black, so he was able to say it in a way where people are not gonna throw out the racist accusation or you're exaggerating. He was so good. He was
Well,
so good.
it was interesting because he's when he was saying something about, "How did you not know that this family is the royal family? You can Google them. They literally, started
Yeah.
colonization." You know what I mean? Like, and just we've always talked about this, and I've always been looking for it's interesting that Netflix did both, Harry and Meghan's and Chris Rock, like, with
Yeah,
everything
that's
being
true.
said, but, um, it was just a whole different perspective, and, um, I really thought he opened people's eyes. He opened my eyes to a lot of things too, and
Mm.
this is the gift of comedy, and you have to be able to tell a story and keep people there, and I think the stand-up thing was, an hour and a half, I believe, right? Something like that, and
No,
the whole time I was.
The Netflix one was 50 minutes because it was, edited.
Oh,
They
yeah?
edited down the live stream. It was a live stream, and
Yes,
then
because there was a few times he flubbed in what he was saying,
yes,
and I appreciated that they left that in and
I
not did
agree.
because most live performances, they film, like,
Mm,
4 live shows, and then they piece it together from those 4
true.
performances. I kinda felt that he was, like, you know, he was there. He was
I
there.
think it was honest, and I love that, like, you know what? I've got to say, he handled the whole, and that's a segue to the Oscars, the whole situation from last year, what happened last year's Oscars with the slap and Will Smith. He went quiet. He went under the radar. He didn't say anything. He didn't dramatize it. He did not give interviews. He did not go to Oprah and whoever else, to whinge about it and whine about it, unlike Meghan and Harry. But yeah, um, he just laid low. And look at how things fall into place. This is what I want to remind people. Sometimes when there are things happening in your life, you don't necessarily have to jump on it and do something about it. Sometimes you just have to step back, look at it from a bird's eye perspective, learn from it, and then wait for the universe to do everything else for you, for things to fall into place. And that's exactly what Chris Rock did. And look at
Yeah.
him now.
Hey, yeah, it's interesting because everything's so quick nowadays, right? And my friend just posted something on Twitter, and it said, what did it say? Smart people used to use dumb phones. Now,
It's a good one.
and then
Yeah.
of course, we're all sitting there looking for that instantaneous reaction and reacting
Mhm.
so quickly without taking the time to think and process. And then, it's the same thing on YouTube. Like when you see a comment on a video and you agree with the comment, but you haven't watched the video, you jump in on those comments. Like I see that all
Right.
the time when it comes to
Yes.
YouTube. And it's like you haven't even watched what the person said.
True.
Everyone is so quick, 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 quick. They don't take the time anymore to
So true.
yeah, to really take it in and feel it and
I
understand it.
agree, absolutely. I even saw on TikTok, TikTok started off with like 60 seconds, like shorts, 60-second videos, and then they introduced 3-minute videos, and now you have 10-minute videos. And every time I sort of like come across like a 10-minute video and I go to the comments, everyone's like, come on, man, it took you long enough. Do you need 10 minutes to tell us what you want, or your opinion? People are getting so impatient,
So
you know?
impatient.
So
People don't read
impatient.
books anymore because of that. Like they're like, ugh, I just want to know the end. And it's like, no, well, we'll go through the story, go through the journey, like see what the writer wrote. You don't go to the end. Don't jump. You know,
I
it's
agree. Just like enjoy every moment of it. In life, that's life too. Enjoy every minute.
and
Things
it
can
doesn't
happen.
last very long. Like I hate to
You
break it to everyone, but life is short. You know what I
Life
mean?
is so short and you don't know when it's going to be lights out. So you've got to enjoy every moment of your life and do the best of it and grow and learn and grow, okay, from it. And people are all like, no, next, next. You see it now. Look at relationships, look at marriages like Lisa and Lenny, Ariana and Tom. So many other examples where, it's just like, I'm bored, I move on.
Yeah,
Next.
I don't wanna do the work, right? To have that true genuine relationship, not only do you need, like, your best friend and you need
Yeah.
support and be supportive of one another, but you have to do the work because I believe that, like, every person that you meet, you're going to have to deal with your shit with that person, you know?
Mm,
Choose the person you wanna deal with all your stuff with, and the person who is and be patient with the person who's dealing with theirs. Everyone comes with baggage, but you have
yeah.
to do the work because at the end, I feel, and that's just me, being a traditional thinker when it comes to like relationships and monogamy and everything. I think if you do the work, the payoff, the reward, the internal feeling of doing that is much it's much better than just throwing in the towel every 5 seconds.
Mm. Yeah, you've got to do the inner work. It's constant work. We're all under construction non-stop.
Sorry, I just reading empires. Not lights
I know.
out,
I saw that, but I was ignoring him. I saw
bro.
it.
Bro, I'm gonna start doing the
Bro.
Alexia thing, bro.
Yo,
Not lights
bro.
out, bro. I can't
Oh,
stand when she does that, it still bothers me.
it
Bro.
is annoying. Yeah, it is annoying. It is like, bro. My son does that because he's a gamer, so he games. He's always like, bruh, that's so sus. Bruh. That's his
Yeah,
vocabulary right
bro,
now. I'm
like,
like,
bro, yeah, that's different, okay? That's I feel like he's probably at an age and he's in that situation where it's like, "Bro," you know? Not
yeah.
like you're you're Alexei Napola running around being like, "Look, bro." It's like, "What are you doing?" Like,
So
I would
ghetto.
expect that from Peter, her son, but I'm not expecting that from her.
That's so ghetto. Brian says there was a book I read years ago called Faster, The Acceleration of Just About Everything. It opened my eyes to how impatient we can act in just about every facet of life. Thank you for that, Brian. I'm gonna add that to my reading list for sure. That's interesting. I don't know about you, but I'm perfect. Lol, my bad. And you're the right size too, Kemp.
Yes, so we've heard.
I know we're acting drunk, but it's okay. No, we're sober, everyone. We're sober. We
Yeah,
promise. It's just like we're having fun, we're
coincidentally.
relaxed. Then the returning to I keep trying to lose my baggage. That's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, shall we just look at the Oscars for a little bit? Because
I'm
otherwise I'm
so
gonna go to
excited.
bed.
This couldn't have come at a better time, the Oscars. Like, I feel like we we need a break from the reality of it all, and let's jump into, like, the creative, mind escaping
I
beauty of art.
But I have a couple of questions for you because I was thinking about this last night, and those are gonna be, they're not gonna be light questions, but about the Oscars. Because I have my thoughts as well about it. First of all, because I was looking at the nominees at the movie, at least the movies, right? And I could see that we have a lot of foreign movies as well. We have a lot of like more indie style movies, and we have more melancholic and darker movies.
Mm,
Looking at the Oscars now, I mean, obviously, we know that the ratings are plummeting. I mean, because of COVID, because of various, well, mainly because of COVID, but I also feel that the movie industry is going through a major shift right now, even before COVID hit. Um,
100%.
and it's taking a very different direction. And it's very interesting looking at the nominees this year, the movies, the directors, the lead actors. Why do you feel that? Because I want to finish my thought. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's my fault. Okay, because I have a lot to say about that. I feel because the consumer, whether they are viewers of a movie, whether they are, someone who likes to online shop, the download music, whatever it is, it's mostly the Gen Zers. It's mostly the younger generation, right? But I feel that the reason why the film industry is shifting and is changing, and we're seeing these types of movies, if you take out Avatar, which is more of a commercial blockbuster,
Not for me.
typical
Yeah,
Hollywood, yeah, but a typical Hollywood movie, not for the Oscars. I agree with you.
but just not for
Um,
I never got into that. I'd rather watch Harry Potter.
yeah, I love Harry Potter too. I haven't watched the latest Avatar. I watched the previous ones because I
I know
didn't feel
Adam
it.
wants to see it, the latest one, but
It's a 3 hour movie.
I can never get into it, and not just because of the time. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just that person.
it's not your cup of cake. That's fine. But what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the movies now, the reason why we have these types, the more serious, the more darker, the movies that have something to teach you, like a teachable moment. I feel it's because the younger generations don't go to the movies anymore. They don't watch movies anymore. They watch YouTube, TikToks. They like games,
It's
or
convenient.
they're like Snapchatting and stuff. Sorry?
It's convenient. It's in your hand, and the kids nowadays they grow up with the tablets and the phones and everything. But George Lucas and Steven Spielberg did a talk at
Mm,
USC. I want to say either in 2008 or 2012,
mm.
and I think in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. And they were talking and predicting about what's going to happen to this industry, the film industry, and how we would be paying overpriced tickets to go to the theater to have that experience, because something that was so loved is going to become so minute, because people are looking for, this is what streaming has done. Streaming
Mhm.
maybe has kind of moved the film industry, the hit Hollywood A-list films, just pushed it over a little bit, because it honestly, for me, streaming opens the doors to so many other
Yeah.
realms. I watch foreign films all the time on Netflix. I love it. I watch them in their language and read the
Mhm.
subtitles, because I find it more, you know, I don't know, I just enjoy doing that. And then you're on your YouTube, right? This is where we all live, and there's more choices, is what I'm trying to say. So now what they put out in the theater, it has to be more of an immersive experience, because
Yeah.
we have experiences everywhere now. We have all of this is in our face now. So what they choose to put out has to be amazing. But I think, like, to what you were saying, the the change in dynamic of more foreign films, more melancholy films, more indie films, uh, we're seeing that because I think a lot of people have kind of, I don't know, opened up to that kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know. That's just a guess.
I think it's two reasons. I think it's because now only like the older generation, and I am including myself as older generation, according to today's standards, right? And I'm 40. So just
I'm
saying.
up there.
Um,
I'm with you. So
I know we're the
yes.
same age.
So I feel like an older generation.
So those are the ones that go to the movie, the boomers, the millennials, the maybe the millennials. They're the ones that will still go for the experience, right? They want to eat their popcorn, they want to, be in, have all that loud, the sounds, and just experience it in that way. Whereas like the younger generation don't. And I also think it's what you said, it's because we've become so spoiled, all of us, I'm including everyone now, all generations, and we just we want to watch on demand because we have everything on demand. Everything is on
Anything,
demand nowadays.
every time I'm looking to buy a product, if I'm looking at like some skincare, because that blew up
Mm,
during the pandemic on YouTube, right?
that
Or if I'm looking at
that's
people are
true.
like, what do I do with my skin? I have hours and days to do nothing. Um, I'll go on YouTube and I'll like when it comes to like phones or cameras, we were
Mhm.
just talking about cameras the other day, you know? You go on
Yeah,
YouTube, there's so much information and you can find it, like you said, on demand. So yeah, and technology has grown so much to the fact where like I have a big screen TV in my living room and
exactly.
my mom was just she was going through her, I just helped her move and she has this surround sound system that we used to have in the house. It's not that old, but I'm like, I'll take that. And now I
Right.
can sit in my living room like I did last night, close all the curtains, and I'm almost in my own little theater. And people like that convenience of just being there at home
Exactly.
on your couch and just, yeah. I mean, I prefer just doing that than going to the movies.
And look at people now. You know what? Everyone, like all the big companies are all like, no more home office, everyone. You've got to come back in. And everyone's like, no. Everyone's like pissed
But it's
off.
good for you. You
It is
know?
good for you, but see how
It's
convenient it is, how used to we're so used to convenience, as you said,
yeah.
that even going to the movies, it's an inconvenience.
Yeah.
So
What's the
that's
last
why
movie and this is live chat too, like, what's the
yeah,
last film you saw in a movie theater, in a cinema? Do you
I think
remember?
it's the Marvel universe, and I was so bored by the end of it. I was on my phone the whole friggin' time. It
I
was
can't
just
get
like,
into
yeah,
Marvel.
I
Yeah.
know. It's just because a friend of mine dragged me to it, and I didn't want to because I'm not a Marvel fan, I have to say. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the movie. I didn't just yeah.
On Disney, you can like if on Disney Plus, you can watch all the Marvels in order. And I
Oh,
started I'm like, "I can't do this." Like, I
yeah. I was
just
gonna say, can you do that? No,
please,
like
no. No. Yeah,
that's
Marvel. S
that's a lot. Marvel universe. I mean,
Someone said Smile, and Minions too. Oh my god, Minions are so funny. Black Panther, I need to see that actually.
Black Panther is so
Um,
good,
West
so
Side
good.
Story, I missed the new one.
That's
I'm
so
v
good.
very Cocaine Bear. The last movie I saw was Top Gun, the new one,
Oh,
and
I
that
haven't
was
watched that. I haven't watched
last
that.
year for my birthday.
And how was it for you? How was the
Ugh,
experience of going to the
I don't
movies?
think that is a film I would not wanna watch at home in my little
Yeah,
theater. That you
yeah,
need the big screen.
I agree.
Any Tom Cruise movie, like even Mission Impossible, I would want
True.
to see that in the theater because they put so much, especially his production company put so much
I agree.
work. And just the fact that he's jumping out of planes and breaking his leg and, you know, it-
Yeah,
that's crazy. Can I just go into that really quick? So Michelle
yeah.
Yeoh
Go. Yeah.
from
Yes.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great
There she
movie.
is. There she
There
is.
she is. So, I have been obsessed with Michelle Yeoh since I was 8 years old,
You told me
okay?
last night, and I was like,
And
I didn't know that.
yes, she is one of the people how you have, like, a couple of people you really, really
Yeah.
look up to growing up?
Mhm.
She was one of them, and it's because we have a similar background, but not really, but so, she got her start, she was, like, Miss Malaysia, she was a ballerina, and then she got asked to be in Super Cop or Police Story 3 with Jackie Chan,
Mhm. Mhm.
and she did all of her own stunts. Because of her dance background, she could learn all the choreography, the martial arts choreography. She rode a motorcycle onto a moving train, okay? Then she got
Wow.
Super Cop 2, which she headlined, which was a huge deal that you have this female actress who does all her own stunts, who did one film with Jackie Chan, is now doing the second version of it by herself. It was amazing, and it's really hard to find that. I have it on DVD, so I'm glad I do. But then she became a Bond girl in Tomorrow Never Dies with Pierce Brosnan,
Mm.
and then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and then
Amazing movie.
Crazy Rich Asians, and she was also the first female Asian captain on Star Trek, on Star Trek Discovery.
Oh,
And
true.
just to watch her journey to where she is now, like I just said I was helping my mom move, and she found this poster, and I made this collage of Michelle Yeoh because I wanted to be a stunt person.
Aw.
I was a gymnast and a dancer, so I was like, oh, stunts would be amazing because look what Michelle Yeoh did. You know, she made
Ooh,
and her career is the longevity of her career is insane. I
good.
really, really hope she wins the Oscar this Sunday.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So let's look at the movies first of all. So here we've got Elvis.
Oof, that was good too.
Then did you hear? I didn't know this about Elvis. Did you know that what's the actor called of Elvis? Paul
Of this Elvis?
of this Elvis, the new Elvis.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking of someone else. Like he can't get rid of the accent.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Like he
Yes.
can't get rid of the he's talking like Elvis, you know, like he's going around.
We were
Like
just talking about accents this morning on our morning meeting because before, you know, Adam is a Florida boy, but he lived in Tennessee for a while. Then
that's what we were
he
talking about.
used to all talk like this a little bit, and it's just like really funny. I was like,
I
where did
remember
that
the
come
video you
from?
put out. The video, because so if you follow Adam from the very beginning when he started his YouTube channel, so at some point he said, you guys, you know, I've studied broadcasting, you know, I've been trained to take interviews, and I want to show you the first interview that I made. And you see Adam, okay, young, fresh-faced Adam with a southern accent. You're like, who is this guy? Who cloned
Who?
Adam? Who? Like, yeah, he's so cute. So cute, adorable. And he's nervous as well. You can tell, but he's acting like cool. But he's like,
Yeah.
he's so cute. So cute. That
But yeah,
accent.
Austin, but like I hope he loses it soon. I mean, so he can book
Well,
another role.
otherwise,
You know?
they'll have to make an Elvis too, where he's talking like, yeah, he's in the role of the Grinch because the Grinch speaks like this. Okay, back to this. Then we've got Avatar,
Hmm.
the Banshees of Inisherin. Okay, Colin Farrell, I love. He's such a great actor. He's a method actor as well. He's so good. Have you seen? I haven't seen the Banshees,
I
but he's
haven't
so
either.
good.
I'd love Colin Farrell though.
Here he is, like, oh, he's so good. I used to have a crush on him.
So
Maybe I
you know, I have a story. I think Adam said this on YouTube before, but when
what?
I lived in LA, and this is 2000. God, I'm giving age away here again. 2008.
I've
There
done
was a
the
very popular Starbucks in the Hollywood Hills, and I used to live very close to it. And I went to Starbucks, and he was the. I mean, I didn't know who it was, but he complimented my calves. He's like, "Those are some nice calves," and I was like, "I'm like, oh shit, that's Colin Farrell." I was like, "Oh my god, are you hitting on me?" No, I'm kidding. But
oh
you know,
my
because he was
god.
in the process. I think he was doing something where he was like working out or something for a film. But I always, yeah,
I
Adam
don't
tells that
remember
story
which
all the
one.
time. I'm like, why are you telling people that story?
You know he's Irish.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like Irish men.
Why not?
Just I don't know why I said that. Maybe because it's Colin Farrell.
I hope your husband's Irish.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I think. Listen, I'm a very blunt person. I don't hide. If I want to say something, I'll come out and say it, even to my husband. He doesn't always
Yeah.
like it. Tough. Yeah. So back to the movies.
Yes.
And then we've got All Quiet on the Western Front,
Mm.
Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then we've got more. The Fablemans, which is sort of a semi autobiography of oh my god, what's wrong with us?
I don't know.
I can't believe the sentence.
Remember when I got on with
Um,
you earlier today? I was like, and then I can't, or and then I just stopped and looked at you. I'm like, I need to take a breath for a second. I can't make a sentence out.
it's okay. I mean, listen, our community here, they don't judge. They're
No,
like,
and we're at the Kiki bar. It can be
exactly.
whatever.
It is a wiki bar.
It's a
We're just
wiki.
doing shots right now, and you don't
Imaginary
walk
ones.
around. Oh no, maybe we would have been more like, I don't know,
On it.
on it if we had a couple of drinks. But there you go. You live, you learn.
I want to say after out of all of these
Yeah,
that Tar looked interesting.
Tar looked interesting. Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick was great, but great as, like, in my mind, as just, like, a sequel to Top Gun. It was
Right.
amazing work, just amazing. I haven't seen anything like Everything, Everywhere, Everything. Oh my god.
Everything, yeah,
Thank you.
everything everywhere.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I've seen nothing like that, and I love
Yeah.
I think I don't know, that's a great it's just a great film. So I'm
It's
curious.
I haven't watched it, but I do really wanna watch it, and then I will, but you know what? I mean, in between Housewives, Summer House, Winter House, VPR, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's there's not enough hours in the day to watch everything. Like, I have, like, these lists where I'm like, "Okay, I wanna watch this. I'm gonna sit down on Saturday and watch this," and then I end up getting lost either on YouTube or somewhere else. It will happen at some
It
point. I don't
it will.
know. I
It
don't
will.
know. Okay, so let's look at the my question to you now is, out of these movies, who do you think is going to bag the Oscar?
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I
That
think it's only because it's not a hype movie, you don't have Michelle
yeah,
Yeoh is not this, who you would expect to she's an action
sure,
star, right? And now, she's also an amazing actress, and she's proving that, she's showing that in such a great script, this is so well
sure.
written, and just listening to Jamie Lee Curtis talk about why she did this movie, she didn't even read it. She's like, "Michelle Yeoh's doing it, I'm doing it. That's it."
I didn't know that.
It's,
Okay.
I just really think that it's hyped up for a reason and not the normal hype. It's hyped up because it's actually
Yeah.
amazing, and she's amazing, and everyone in it did a fantastic job. The performances were great.
I mean, this is all quite on the Western front. I mean, this is a very heavy movie. It has to do with the World War One and how soldiers had to they had psychosomatic effects from the war and whatnot, and it really goes deep into the psyche of the soldiers in World War One. Um, I feel that that might also be a contender. Why? Because of the war, Russian-Ukrainian war and whatnot. I do think that that might be sort of like a message, possibly, if they vote for this one to win.
Mm.
But this is also a contender. Avatar, to be honest, what
Sorry. I'm just
best
not
movie? I know. I
you
agree
know,
because
I see
it's
what you're saying because
CGI.
when it comes uh, to that, because not always are the Golden Globes and the SAG
Yeah,
Awards and Independent Spirit and all these other awards. The Academy sometimes does things very differently, and
yeah,
they've something and someone you've seen win all of these awards get to the Oscars, or the project, film, or person, they get to the Oscars and they don't win.
yeah.
So it will be very interesting to see. I'm still rooting for Michelle Yeoh to be the
We'll
first
see.
Asian
We'll
American
find
actress,
out.
or sorry, Asian American. She's not even Asian American. The first Asian actress to win an Oscar. That'd be great.
That'll be great. We'll see. We'll find out in a couple of days. And then we have the Banshees here. Then we've got Elvis. I love the poster, by the way. I love this.
So
Um,
great. So current, right?
yes, absolutely. What a coincidence. The Fablemans, and then there's Tar. Tar's another interesting one because I do like Kate Blanchett, and I do want to watch that one.
Very yes.
And it looks very interesting because she's sort of like a composer with issues, and but Kate Blanchett is such a great actress. Give her a good role, and she's so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How can you compare, in my opinion, Tar, Everything Everywhere, etc., with this?
I well, these two are not winning Best Actor and Actress. That's for sure.
I mean, yes, but I mean, when I would like for them to remove movies, not nominate movies that use a lot of CGI, because the Oscars is about the performance, it's about the art,
Exactly.
right? If we're gonna go head that way and start doing more CGI movies and more techie movies and whatnot, then create a different Oscars just for the technology and the effects part of it. My opinion.
I agree. I agree.
What else do we have there? And then we have Triangle of Sadness is another interesting one because
Mm.
it's a dark, sarcastic comedy, and
Yes.
I'm into that. I'm
Yes.
into that.
Good. Yes.
The reviews, the critics love this movie, by the way. Women talking to this one, I don't
I didn't
know.
see this, so but I do love some of the actors in this. So
Same. All right, now let's have a quick look now at the actors. Best leading actors. We have Austin Butler as Elvis, Colin Farrell as from the Banshees, Brendan Fraser. Oh, Brendan Fraser.
I think he's gonna win.
Wow.
I really
I
think
think he's gonna win too. I think it's his big comeback, and he deserves it.
yes, he does deserve it.
He
He does.
look at
I
him.
mean, there's no one else. Oh, God, isn't that crazy? Do you remember him in George in the Jungle?
Of course, he was so hot and so, but he's been through a lot of like health issues. That's why he disappeared.
Health issues and also like Hollywood issues,
Hollywood issues.
and that's unfortunately that I'm so glad that people are opening their eyes to the Hollywood, the whole Hollywood thing, the whole Hollywood scene, and how
Yes,
treacherous that can be. People
yes.
talk about how it is being a housewife and Bravo all the time. I'm like, Hollywood's worse. Okay, it's way
I
worse.
can tell you, you can go and watch some of my videos that I've done on Hollywood and some of these people, and it's dark.
It's dark.
Um,
Yeah.
it's dark. And then we've got Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Östlund. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Isa, Triangle of Sadness, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Schneider. Everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once.
I think they're gonna win
So,
too.
oh no, so this is Best Director. Sorry, but yeah, but that's interesting too because
Yes.
usually Best Director, Best Movie also wins Best Director usually. So the actors are here. Sorry about that. Paul Mescal, After Sun, and Bill Nye Living. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Brendan
Brendan,
Fraser,
I
and then
agree. Brendan Fraser.
to the director, it's gonna be the Daniels. The 2 Daniels for sure.
I think so too. I think. What
For
is the chat
sure.
thing? Okay, everyone's. I think everyone agrees with us, or most people. Brendan deserves it. Brendan. Yeah, yeah. We're all. And it was so touching when I saw that speech that he gave, and he was crying, and he was so emotional because he's like, I was never expecting for this to happen, for me to come back in such a way, just like with Coolidge, from White Lotus,
You're
where
right.
she had disappeared for a long time. Like she was getting some roles here and there in these like series or like just episodes here and there, but look at her now. I mean,
White
I love
Lotus,
this comeback.
fabulous. Fabulous.
Absolutely. Brian says, okay, we'll win Best Picture, Best Editing, Best Supporting Actor, Best Actress. So basically, all
I
around.
mean, listen, like, Best Picture, yeah, because I feel like nothing's been done like this. Best Actress, supporting, I agree with everything that you're saying.
Mhm.
Editing, 100%. That film must have been crazy to edit.
Yes, it must have
Crazy.
been. It's just so mind-boggling. Really, it is like the edit. It's incredible. I
You
agree with
literally
you.
jump around,
I
it's
agree with you. Absolutely. I hope so. Um, most said Todd Field should win. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's go back. And then actresses. We've got Kate Blanchett, we've got Anna de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh, and I can't, hold on, I'll remove this. There you go. And that's
so
it.
yeah, definitely,
Who do you think?
oh, Michelle Yeoh. I mean, by far. I mean, I
Yeah.
love Kate Blanchett. I haven't seen Tar, so I don't wanna, like, judge this too much, but, um, who are the other ones really quick? Sorry.
I'm going to show you their picks. So
Ah,
here we've got Michelle Williams,
love her.
Andrea Riseborough. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Ana de Armas in Blonde,
I love
acting.
her, by the way. I
She's
love
so
her.
good.
She was a great Bond girl.
So, and she's good as Madeline, as Norma Jean. Because she's the thing is, people were like really shading the movie because they were like, "That's not Merlin, that's a." But actually, she is playing pre Merlin Monroe era. She's playing Norma Jean, who she
Norma
was.
Jean.
Yeah, I was really into Merlin Monroe when I was younger. Like I've read all the books, the biographies. I was just, I don't know why I had an obsession, and she had a very not a good childhood, I can tell you. Like she got married when she was 16 with a boy who was a neighbor, and she was being abused. She was mistreated. There was just a lot going on in
Mm,
Merlin's life, but yeah. And then we've got Kate Blanchett here and Ta. I love her. Love him. Love him.
love him.
He's so good. Paul Mescal, Brendan.
So great.
All
I just can't get that picture out of my face. Or out of my mind, sorry, out of my face.
good.
I can't get that picture out of my head, just,
Which
of
one?
Brendan Fraser, and, when I think of him, because I was so young when he was, George of the Jungle, right?
Yes.
And, man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
George,
You
George,
know who's a
George.
pretty cool person too in real life that I've met once and I've seen him interact with a lot of people is Keanu Reeves.
Don't get me started. I love Keanu Reeves.
Oh, do you? I was wait, don't get me started means you like
Yeah,
him
no,
or
don't get me started about him because I've got a crush on him. I still do. I've had one since I was 16, since Speed One. Okay, I've had like a major crush on Keanu Reeves.
he used to
Hasn't gone away.
frequent a restaurant right next to Sir. It's no longer there, closed during the pandemic, called Tortilla Republic. And
Oh,
we saw him all the time. Like all the time.
and he's
Very,
such a
very
good
nice, very low
soul.
key, not needy, not attention seeking, just very, very
He's
cool.
so sweet. You can tell from his energy that he's a really, yeah, as you said, low key, very humble, good guy. I feel that well, we hear here and there as well that he does like low key charity, and he's he's given money away to people that work for him that you know just were going through some challenges. He's had a tough life too. I mean,
Yeah,
he's been
a
through
lot of
some stuff.
Hollywood issues as well. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and I love him. I love him. I want to see more of him, so much more of him. And I'm glad he's just gone past this stage where everyone just saw him as a dumb surf dude kind of guy, and that everyone can see that there's quality, that he's matured. His acting has matured. It's gone to a different level.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love Keanu. I hope he gets an Oscar next year. I hope he acts in a movie where he gets an Oscar next year because he deserves it.
It's time. It's
He deserves it.
time.
Why? Because he's hot. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Today I'm like, this one's hot. This one's like, I used to be so much into movies. And when you watch a lot of movies, fun fact about me, my bachelor's degree was on film studies. Okay. Film and
Oh,
media
wow.
studies. Yes. Because I was such a big film buff. I used to be. And because I grew up with movies and I was so into movies, I would have these crushes on all these actors, and I don't know, maybe because I'm getting older. Yeah, we all are. But because I'm getting older, maybe it's nostalgic for me. I sort of grab onto these actors that I used to have a crush on because it's nostalgic for me. Just
Yeah. No, for
yeah,
sure.
I don't know.
For sure.
Yeah, everyone's making fun of me. It's fine. I can take it, and you're right. I'm fangirling. I agree. Oh, John Wick is coming out on the
Oh, I love
24th.
John Wicks.
I
Yes. Those are
love
great
it.
movies. Those are fun.
I love it too. Keanu is smart. He is, you guys, but he was sort of typecasted to play roles that were more like, this sort of dumb surf dude for a while. So
What was that movie when they were robbing banks? Remember? Way back in the day, the surfing Remember they all had masks
Oh,
and they robbed the bank. They were like the mask of the
yes.
presidents or something.
Um, I remember the movie.
What is
I
that
don't remember
called? It's so
that.
popular.
Um, oh my god. Okay, it's here. It's a
Point Break.
Point Break.
Yes, that's it.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Point Break.
Gabby. Yes, Point Break was a good movie. I loved it.
Movies, go through different transitions too. I remember like movies in the 80s and early 90s and stuff. Remember like Back to School and Caddyshack and all those like when the comedy was just different. Like movies were just different. It's interesting to watch the evolution of film and cinema and comedy too. It's very interesting.
I'm with you on that. That's it. That's why I feel that the Oscars this year are interesting because we have a variety, like different varieties of movies. We've got foreign movies, we've got American productions as well, Hollywood movies, the CGI stuff. You've got so much, so it's interesting. It just gives a lot of layers to the Oscars that I feel is something that they were losing a few years ago. It was just, and it became so, the Oscars became so, oh, it's the Oscars, it's not fair, it's very political, and we all, you can always guess who's going to get the Oscars. But I think this year is going to be different. It's going to be different.
I think so too. I think so too. And it was kind of, I'm excited just the whole hype around these films and these
Mhm.
nominees that I think it is going to be an exciting year I think we're going to see a whole different Oscars this year.
Yes. But as we're seeing things, as we're all experiencing and seeing, things are changing anyways. Like,
Yeah, and
look at
you
the
talked about that
Grammys.
last week.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
there's a lot of change happening.
A lot of change. Look, the Grammys were a lot luster. So were the BAFTAs. Things are changing. People don't like this, like the very like they want something which is more organic now, more real, more authentic, not so stiff, not so structured,
Not so
not so
produced, not
ceremonial,
so yeah.
not so
Because it
ceremonial.
becomes more, I don't know, it just becomes more people are looking for and I think it happened during the pandemic too, and correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, looking for, um, relatability, um, just I think it just awakened a whole bunch of good and bad, the pandemic,
Yeah.
And I think the good is we all wanna connect, you know? And whether it's on here like this, which is amazing, and that whole world has been opened up so much more, especially when people were working from home, but also, like, people wanna connect in person and we saw that last year when we did our tour. It was, like, it was phenomenal. It was so phenomenal to see everyone come out and, like, come together, you know?
Yes, absolutely. So
I
see,
hope I'm making
everyone.
sense.
Absolutely, they're making sense. And it just proves that you're just proving a point that in hindsight, looking back at the pandemic, good things came out of it. Good things came out of the pandemic. Good things always come out of bad things or dark
And they have
situations.
to, right? Because how do you get through it? How do you get through something like that if nothing good comes out of it? It was such a difficult time for a lot of people.
I agree. It was at the time. I remember, like, we would. It was just. I remember I was just. I remember that we would spray with antiseptic our grocery shopping before we we entered our home in fear of catching COVID and dying. I should stop saying that word because we're gonna get flagged, but
Uh,
it's freaking late now.
no, I think they've changed this now.
Oh God,
Yeah,
thank
we
God.
just got a creator's notice about, well, I think it was like profanity and some of the things that I don't know. It was in an email, and it was the first one
Okay,
we
good.
clicked on in a long time, and we were watching the video. I'm like, okay, good. So we're not being flagged for like everything anymore. That's nice.
Good. Okay, good. 'Cause we want to be able to say those words at least, freely now, not like before. And where you get like a big banner, if you've
Ugh.
got COVID, blah, 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 blah. Oh, please. Okay.
Misinformation. It's like we weren't even saying anything. You're like, we have to say what we're going through, right? I mean, that's just what's happening.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else that you want to say
Hmm.
before we go?
No, I hope that, all the avid Bravo watchers and Bravo followers and Vanderpump Rules people get a
Mm-hmm.
little break this
Yes.
weekend from all this chaos because I mean, it's so crazy to me just I watching the show, I was already hyped and excited because it's changed and the like I said, the production value is different and everything. But just with this whole scandal, now I'm watching it with a different lens and it's so exciting. It's so exciting.
We're all excited. We're all on on social, Twitter, TikTok, like, "Oh, what's happening now? What's happening now?"
Yes.
It's exciting. We need to find time to follow all this stuff. But I mean, yes, we'll see. So, guys, next week, our show, the WeeKiki Bar, is going to be moving to Jason's channel, which is Up and Adam 2. Everything is linked down below so you can find it. We will follow us on social. We will keep you up to date with everything. If you have suggestions of topics that you would like for us to talk about, let's try to steer clear from the Housewives if possible, because Jason and Adam talk about it a lot. I do with Giorgio on Sundays too. Let's take a break from the Housewives. So if you have any suggestions for topics, please do DM us, either Jason or myself, or just post it down in the comments. Or if you want to comment, please comment down below and do like the video. I keep forgetting to remind people to like the video and
Yeah,
subscribe to him.
every video I watch now that I see something that I like or I pass it by, and I was talking about this with my friend Josh. We do Anchor Watch on Tuesday nights together.
Mhm.
I just push like. It really does help. It
Same.
helps the creator a lot. It's just a way of saying like thank you without having to do anything. You just push a button, you know?
I do the
So
same automatically, even before the video starts. It's like paying it forward. Like,
yeah, yeah,
I got
absolutely.
you because I feel you. I got you. You get my like. That's a good thing. So, everyone, if you want to like, even if you don't want to, please like it. Yeah, like the video, and we will be back. Oh, wait. I almost missed it. Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. Jason, know that after WeeKiki last week, I refocused my emotional energy in a more positive and constructive way. To that end, just found out I earned a 3 month job. Yes!
Congrats.
Congratulations! The WeeKiki effect.
It's the good energy. It's the
Congrats.
good energy. And Kyoto is beautiful, by the way. I lived in Japan for 3 years. Kyoto is amazing. You will love, 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 love. And 3 months is it's not gonna be enough. Just take
Maybe
it.
he should DM you. Maybe Brian should
DM me,
DM you.
Brian. Yeah, Brian. I
Yeah.
see you. Yeah, you're always an Anchor Watch and our lives and stuff like
There
that.
you go.
So please, like, DM me, and take advantage of that Shinkansen, that the speed train, and go everywhere. Tokyo is amazing.
Wow. I'm so
Osaka
happy
is
for you.
amazing. Nagoya, it's near Kyoto. That's amazing. They're all amazing cities. Japan is full of just so much great life.
I
So
love Japanese culture. My daughter is
me
into it
too.
right now. She's into anime. We're doing homemade sushi. We're like, it's Japanese culture all over, and I love it. I love how disciplined they are. I love how respectful they are as, a culture, as people. They have so many. Every culture is beautiful, anyways, for different reasons. But Japan is going to be exciting. So congrats, Brian, and we're rooting for you.
Congratulations.
Yes. Okay. I hope I didn't miss anything else. No. So yes, guys, don't forget, next Friday at 1:30 p.m. we'll be back at Up and Adam 2 this time. But anyways, we'll keep you posted in our community tabs on Instagram, on social. So yeah, you won't miss it. But I don't know, Jason, anything else before we go? Or
No, no,
we're
just have a
good.
great weekend, everyone. Keep that energy high.
Keep that
Can't
energy
I can't wait to
high.
sleep.
We both need it. It's been a difficult week
Yeah,
for me.
yes.
Too.
I'm ready for some rest.
We're like we're sober drunks right now. It's
Yeah, I
incredible.
know. I know, and
You
I
feel
wanna be
it?
the real kind. That's what's happening tonight.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, so you can open a glass. There you go. Open a bottle, but
Open a
whatever.
bottle.
Okay. Anyways, we'll end it here before we just make a fool of ourselves today. Thank you everyone for watching WeeKiki. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.